Ladies and gentlemen in the second gallery, welcome to the National League match between New York and Tuxedo. At the receiving end, second string singles representing New York, Adrian Kemp. At the serving end, representing Tuxedo, Leon Smart. Best of 3 6-game sets, 1 juice advantage, 4-all unless it's 5-all when we play juice out, 3-all in the third should we need it. Good luck, play well.
Welcome everybody to day 4 of National League, the afternoon session. We have a competition between the New York Racket and Tennis Club and the Tuxedo Club, both clubs based in the state of New York. On the far side of the receiving side of the court, we have Adrian Kemp of the Racket and Tennis Club, and on the server side, we have Leon Smart of the Tuxedo Club. So welcome everybody. This match will be best of 3 sets, and I am sitting here, one of your commentators, John Edwards, with
Freddie Adam.
Freddie Adam. We're here.
Hello, John.
Hello, Freddie. We are here in lovely Boston, Massachusetts, where it's 77 degrees outside. It's a beautiful day for court tennis, and we are both excited to be here. Freddie, what do you think of this match?
Well, I think handicap-wise, we're in for a good matchup.
So both Leon and Adrian rather close in handicap.
Yes, though we probably have to appeal to Ryan to give us the exact handicaps, just so we can make sure our viewers know.
We've seen both of these teams compete a number of times over the last couple of days. This is the first time that Leon and Adrian have competed against each other.
Can you see that?
Better than the last gallery.
We're just trying to have a look at the handicaps. Okay, 4.5 for AJ. And Leon is 2.6, so Leon the favorite. Also, Leon knows this court very well too. Not that that should make any difference at this level. Oh, sorry, I'm speaking too loudly. How's that? I got the thumbs up. Okay.
We're always in the commentating booth. We are always making adjustments so that you can hear us perfectly. The audio can be as crisp as possible with as little breathing.
No heavy breathing.
Adrian aiming for the grill, missing it just a bit.
Better than the last gallery.
This chase is better than the last gallery.
Ball.
AJ's going with a little bobble for his second serve. Proved to be a little tricky for Leon. Adrian takes the first game. As there is coaching allowed in this competition, we can look over and see James Stout sitting in the galleries on the server side, watching his teammate Adrian, likely to give him some pointers in between points as he's allowed. from AJ. Well placed.
15.
AJ's getting a few freebies early on with this slow-moving serve, taking all the pace off.
Better than 6.
Leon will recapture the server side with that one.
Did we mention who our marker is?
We didn't.
Connor Medlow from Chicago.
The inimitable Connor Medlow from Chicago.
We were laughing earlier, actually, because Connor
Second gallery.
and Josh and Tony all grew up on Seacourt. And here they all are in Boston, based in the States. And they probably first started playing each other when they were 10 or younger.
And Seacourt has produced a number of good players over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially for the pro ranks, too. There was some investment made in the 90s and 2000s. That was definitely money well spent.
I'll show my ignorance of geography. I think Seacourt is in the south of England.
Yes, it is.
Enough.
It's on an island called Hailing Island,
Hailing Island.
not far from Petworth, and quite close to Southampton.
Good dig out of the back by Leon.
Both players getting warmed up here. You always wait in a match for that first long point with lots of shots. You see both players are getting warmed up now.
Leon dug that one out of the corner off a boast from Adrian. Leon hits the grill, wins the point.
35.
And of course both AJ and Leon are originally from the UK. Adrian's from Prested Hall.
Out of court.
Same generation as Claire and Sarah Bygrass, Claire Fay. And Leon started playing while a student at Middlesex University.
Out. 40-15, one chase.
The ambassador has returned. Temple Grassi scoring in the dead-on. Apparently Mark and Ken interviewed Temple last night to get a progress report on the Washington court, and they are going to break ground in July, which is very exciting news.
Exciting news all around. That will certainly be a boon for court tennis in Washington. The plans of the facility and of the expansion look excellent.
Fabulous.
The loss of the chase felt worse than the second.
That was second gallery.
30-40.
Just lost it. Must have been worse than door.
30-40.
Slightly. It's between second gallery and the door, I believe. The infallible Connor Medlow made the call.
Hit the line.
So, John, tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been playing? How did you discover court tennis?
I started playing court tennis right here in this very club on this very court about 10, 11 years ago. And I'd say in about maybe 2009.
One game to 2.
It's almost 12 years ago. I lived in the back. I was living in Boston, working for an energy company at the time, and I joined the TNR to play squash. I was a squash player as a kid and in college, and I met a number of people who were squash or tennis players that were converting to court tennis at the time. Guys like Dave Tedeschi, Bill Connors, Brad Ersprung, Garrett Gates, a lot of the Boston and New England guys. We became friends with some of the other folks on the tournament circuit, like John Kroll, Gary Swantner, Michael Gale, Sidney Waldron down in Philadelphia, and we made the Jimmy Dunn and the Lord Percival staples of our social and rackets calendar, and we've been friends and competitors ever since.
Court tennis has that funny way of getting under your skin, and a lot of it has to do with travel and friends you make through this game.
Court tennis party is always a good party.
Last gallery, 2 chases.
Be it in black tie in Philadelphia or with steak tips in the parking lot of the TNR on a Thursday afternoon, which we do hope will be a staple of late summer 2021. I have heard that the TNR barbecue will be making a comeback. So hopefully, as everybody returns to normal, there will be more festivities, more summer court tennis events, and this being the first professional event since the pandemic, I think everybody's really excited that this portends a return to how things used to be.
Let's hope so. It certainly feels more hopeful here in the States.
Were you recently out of the States?
Last gallery.
Actually, I've been in California, so I've been away from court tennis. And normally I lived in the UK, but I got stuck. I grew up in California.
Gotcha.
Down, huggy. 30-40.
Getting the high sign from Ryan, there may be some technical difficulties. Bear with us, folks, as we troubleshoot one or two audio issues that seem to have come up.
2 games all.
Testing?
In the meantime,
Testing?
Leon has tied it up 2-2.
I think we could be in for another long one here.
More than a yard worse in the last gallery.
Ryan, are we all good on the audio feed? Excellent. Leon with a boast out of the corner.
And 3.
You
Wins
could
the
hear
chase-
that
gets the
ball
chase.
wasn't going to come back up, was it? It just rolled out for a chase.
More than a yard worse, and 3 yards are the chases as they switch hands.
So you were saying, John, that the hope is that hopefully for many clubs they'll have a summer season this year.
Yes, I know. I do believe the
Strokes, more than a yard worse
TNR
in the
has
last
a
gallery.
limited summer guest program, and so that will make a return. That will make a return this summer. It's generally a great way to introduce new people to the game. I believe the same is true in Philadelphia. The summer guest program appears to be moving forward there. So a bit of a return to normalcy after a very different 2020 and a very quiet fall and
21
winter.
so far, yeah.
I have been here in Boston for the last 3 months, and though there are Though there are restrictions, the club has been pretty active. A lot of people have been playing squash, rackets, court tennis, and despite the cold weather this winter and spring, the beer garden, the outdoor beer garden, appears to have been quite the success, quite the circuit breaker for the membership here. Leon crushing it right into the grill.
Yes, the UK officially reopens on Monday, and they've been able to play, some clubs have been able to play up until now, but quite restricted, i.e. only being able to hit with a pro, same household, singles only.
If there were court tennis in Florida, it would have been going pretty much the entire time. Sadly, there are no courts south of Aiken, South Carolina.
Yeah, not yet.
Not
There was
yet.
a plan to build one in Palm Beach about 10 years ago, but that
To the receiver, last gallery.
never materialized. Ooh, got caught.
Leon appears to have had a little difficult with that one. Started the game with a commanding lead. Let's see if he can finish it off. Excellent shot by AJ,
Yeah, and another good
Forcing
serve
Leon.
as well to set that point up.
forcing Leon across the court.
Here comes that force again. Leon coming from lawn tennis or tennis,
The receiver.
so he likes a good force.
Game to 2.
And of course he's a good volleyer as well.
That tends to be the combination. The tennis players, former lawn tennis players, strong volleys. They tend to like the
Rolling the ball. Mm-hmm.
yeah, the topspin force into the dayton, putting pace on the ball. Whereas we squash players tend to dig out of the back, play very comfortably off of the back walls, and like to sometimes tend to be a little wristy, but put a lot of cut onto the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Bit of
comfortable
feather.
with the backspin.
Mm-hmm.
A squash player and a tennis player makes for a good doubles combination. Connor Medlow, the marker.
Stroke.
Touche.
15-40.
Might be trading games again here for 3-all.
Leon was able to close out that last one, but AJ took a commanding lead in this game.
Misses the grill, punished with a hazard chase.
Thank you.
And they'll switch ends.
Shall we say hello to Ryan Carey? I think everybody out there should say hello and say thank you, Ryan.
40-15 to the receiver. Has a change better than 2.
AJ with a strong boast out of that corner. Leon not able to get it over the net. No, they're now tied at 3 games all. Last gallery chase. Be a fault. Freddie, both of these players look to be feeling out each other's games and trying to determine what works, what serves to hit, how to move each other around the court. Great main wall date on from Adrian. Take the lead, 30 love.
Yeah, it's such an opportunity to see so many players all in one weekend. So it's very informative for everybody watching. Of course, here we've just watched Cam and John, and actually quite a tight match, where a lot of the games were a matter of inches. And then to see the difference when you have kind of 10 difference handicap with Adrian and Leon.
We've had a lot of very, very close matches thus far. Tony Holland and Josh Dodgson had a nail biter 3-set on the first day, I believe.
And today too, yeah.
Again today.
3-setter, which Josh just managed to pull through.
That's gotta be tough for Tony to get right there twice.
He played a really, really good second set.
That ball just getting over the net for chase. So Freddie, where did you first start playing court tennis?
I started playing in Oxford. I was a graduate student at the time, and started playing there for my kind of first 10 years or so. And then I moved to London. Oops. AJ missing that quite in a big way. That's going to go in the grill.
In.
Just brushing the face of the grill to go in, called by the marker.
40-30.
Now, do you come from a lawn tennis background?
Yeah, I do. I played college tennis in the U.S. at Michigan, and I kept playing lawn tennis while I was a graduate student in the U.K. I have to admit, once I found real tennis,
Bitten by
I
the
got
bug.
the bug.
Bitten by the bug.
4 games to 3.
No, I was doing a lot of different sports as well. But once I finished playing competitive sports, graduate school, I stuck with the real tennis.
And what was your graduate work in?
Art history.
Art history. Any particular era, any particular focus?
Italian Renaissance, and then post-war Britain.
Post-war Britain. Italian Renaissance. Any aspect in particular? Sculpture, painting?
Funny enough, my Masters ended up being on the Grand Tour, and artists traveling on the Grand Tour. So the Architect's Zone and Turner, Painter. And that's how I got to the UK originally, actually, is I did that at St. Andrews, and then I went to Oxford after that. So the first court I ever saw was Falkland Palace. I don't know if you've had a chance to get up there yet, but you must go. It is the only outdoor court in play.
In the Falklands?
And it's the oldest court. It's the oldest. It's in Fife in Scotland.
Fife.
About 20 minutes from St. Andrews, and about 50 minutes or just under hour from Edinburgh, north of Edinburgh.
I would have to imagine it's rather cold on that court.
Yeah, you probably want to. Mostly going to play in the summertime, when of course it's light until 10 o'clock at night, which is also an added advantage.
Like Scottish paddle. only the lights are natural.
Yeah, no lights at Falkland. 1527 is the date of the court.
1527.
Yeah.
So we've got AJ up 4-3 on Leon. 2 chases. They're switching ends. Leon taking the server side again. 30 all. Chases are 3 and 4, and more than a yard worse.
Chase 3 and 4.
So 3 and 4. Leon's not going to take any chances here. He's going to go with the railroad. Forces the player to hit up and through the ball, and hopefully overhit the ball as well.
More than a yard worse than last gallery.
More than a yard worse than last gallery. Great ball from Leon there. And he'll win the game. Tie it up 4 all.
Good retrieving here from AJ. Last gallery chase. Well played. Got his chase on the first stroke.
Great pickups from Adrian.
Too good though from Leon.
Just gets that one by him. Do you still do most of your playing at Oxford?
No, I'm since I moved to London, I play at Queen's, but I live in Hampstead, so I'm also try and play at Lord's as much as I can. Well, I'll play anywhere.
Queens is a beautiful facility. Of the courts in the UK, I believe I have only played at Queens and Middlesex.
Oh, right. And was that on a tour, or?
That was it was on vacation. I was lucky to be invited to play at Queens, and reached out to, I believe it was Matt Ronaldson, who was the pro at Middlesex at the time.
Okay.
And he found me a match.
That dates your vacation to the UK. Maddie now lives in California via, being here for a little while.
Yeah, that may be over Almost
10
10
years?
years ago. I believe the last time I was in England and watched court tennis was the British Open in 2018, potentially. Or 2017.
What round were you there for? Or was there something
I don't-
memorable that happened?
I remember drinking in the bar with Ben Riley
Love to
of
see that, please.
the
Love
Tuxedo
gallery.
Club. So it must have been around 2016. That's the extent of my memory.
On the J.
Oh, so this will be a way for you to date it. Had they redone the restaurant and the bar at that point?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 2017 probably.
It looked brand spanking new.
Yeah.
Nearly,
Apologies to our viewers. We don't seem to have our chat computer with us at the moment, but we'll say hello as soon as we find it.
Leon taking a 5-4 lead in games. He'll be
2 chases, no stroke.
looking to try to close out this set. 2 chases, nearly a yard worse, and 3 and 4. Let's see if he can capitalize and try to close things out.
Go.
No stroke. Nearly a yard worse than the last gallery. Team up. 3 and 4.
So we have a few Adrian fans. Colbert, Winston, hello. Ah, Monsieur Angus, supporting your friend AJ. Remembering those Parisian days. Lisa, hello, we miss you. Come on up.
4 love.
Let's be
No, it's a fault.
game point here for Leon.
Feel free to chat in, say hello. We'll let everybody know where you're watching from. Any comments, questions, trivia?
Game. In the first set.
And Leon takes the game at the first set, 6-4.
Second set. Level. Being up.
Leon looks to have a little pep in his step.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh!
He's got some rhythm.
A little determination. He's certainly on a bit of a streak here. The last couple of points.
Down. Right.
And a stroke.
It's about
Let's go.
6 unanswered points from Leon. If I'm AJ, I want to get back over to that server side.
There we go. No, out of his reach. In the grill. No,
No, looks like that'll be a
hazard chase.
hazard chase. A lot of balls have been coming out of that grill, not quite hitting the wood.
That one has it.
We were wondering if maybe it was cursed earlier. There was a hex on the grill.
It's probably a good chance that everyone's just a little rusty still.
You know, we've seen a number of players look to start to settle in, maybe in the second set, maybe after 3 or 4 games. I know Josh Dodgson, when playing Tony on the first day, looked like he needed a few games to warm up and then really got into a groove. The game is very streaky. It can be quite streaky, but it does seem to be impacting the pros a little bit. Maybe they're just kind of finding their sea legs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Confident grill shot there by Adrian.
AJ's showing a bit of dexterity there between the legs. Real tennis can do that too, though with greater risk.
It's a high margin for error, as they say.
40 love.
Now this kind of drop bobble. Oh, that's just a proper bobble, but he seems to be working. Overhit, but got away with the chase.
West, last gallery.
Don't think that was Leon's intention.
No, but Adrian did do a good job of getting back over to the server side and breaking the streak that Leon was on by starting his own streak.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Adrian, I'll be looking to try to close this one out.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of court to work with as well, with more than a yard worse.
Receiver, more than a yard worse than the last gallery.
And that was going in. Leon had to hit it. Not quite that way, but.
Okay, ball.
One game all.
Even Stevens again. Overhit. AJ gets the chase.
Last gallery.
So he'll have the serve again. That's in.
Great main wall date on by Adrian.
Leon's going to take some pace off the serve here. It's a little bobble.
Adrian with a little footwork off the wall. Air AJ. Maybe he'll come out with a line of sneakers later this year. Great scoop by Leon. Excellent volley.
Oh.
Into the grill.
30, 15.
He's giving Leon too much room to work with.
First 15 and 1 chase.
Just missing the grill twice.
And hazard. 2 chases.
Adrian's shot looked to be right on line for Connor Medlow, who backed up a little bit from the net. I think we all have that instinct when a ball comes right at us. Sometimes you just need to duck out of the way. It's very intimidating, a court tennis ball, because it has so much mass. It
Yeah, and coming
What
off that main wall, especially if you take your eye off it for a second, next thing you know, it's going to take your head off. You know, I always find it funny now when lawn tennis players, flinch when a lawn tennis ball hits them. I think, no big deal. Try a cricket ball or try a real tennis ball. That hurts.
Last gallery.
Squash ball has a little pepper to it. I think nothing as fear-inducing as a rackets ball.
The worrying thing in the rackets ball is that it can go in your eye. That's
Correct.
terrifying.
40-15.
And they can do some serious graze damage as well.
Graze damage?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
to the
tape swipes against you.
2 games to 1. The receiver leads 2-1.
So 2-1 to Smart.
Grazed, G-R-A-Z-E.
Yeah.
I understood G-R-A-Y-S.
Right.
I wondered what the damage to the racket. Yeah, it's always.
referring to the-
I have damaged many frames and many rackets over the years. Sometimes not even on purpose.
AJ looking to do some more damage now, back on the serve.
Really, there's nothing more cathartic than taking a racket that is already broken and just smashing it to complete pieces.
You're talking about rackets now, of course.
and court tennis. Sometimes they crack, but yes, it's like a good therapy session. It's already broken, it's already gone. You just
30-15.
I'm surprised more people don't recommend that.
There's the chase.
Last gallery. 30-15. Serve.
Stroke.
Let's go. Ball.
I don't think AJ meant to hit the wall on that serve. 2 chases.
Nice kind of fade movement by Leon, backing away, pulling the ball into the corner.
There's a replay, the climbing the wall. Thanks to the magic of Ryan Carey.
That could be the GIF of the event. AJ jumping on the wall. I know. I say GIF. I say animated GIF, Ryan.
Last gallery.
I also say GIF, but I say GIF because you and I are strict constructionists, Ryan, about the GIF pronunciation. We're old school. The debate for those of you in the chat: the pronunciation of an animated GIF or animated GIF. Hard G or soft G.
Oh, it's a sneaky little shot from Leon there. AJ really kind of tied up because he had to be careful going down the line when it was the last gallery chase in fear of hitting it into the gallery and losing the chase. Better than 4.
B4.
Chase. Game. Server. 3 games to 1.
1.
Fault.
3-1. So we have a little trivia question from Colbert. What real tennis court has a dog painted on its wall, and bonus point for knowing the dog's name?
I believe that is the Racket Club of Chicago.
Well done. And the name of the dog?
3-1.
Harry Carey. I do not know the name of the... Harry Carey, legendary Chicago Cubs baseball commentator. What is the name of the dog?
The
Do we
name
know?
is Billy,
Billy.
the
Billy
rat
the dog.
killing dog.
Is that his legal name? Billy the rat killing dog?
Yep. He was very famous in the 19th century. He killed the record for number of rats killed in under 3 minutes, or something like. Back in the day when dogs were allowed to do that, there was lots of betting.
Oh, so this was underground dog rat killing.
No underground in the way of cockfighting, but there's a famous print showing which the image they used to paint the wall with is from this print. And actually, quite a few of the gentlemen in the print are wearing top hats, so I think this was a
15 love.
almost legal
Well, it shows us that long before
activity.
long before Dogecoin, people would bet on just about anything.
Including real tennis.
First gallery.
Ah, Charlie from Paris. Hello, Charlie. Another
Bonsoir,
AJ
Charlie.
supporter.
Charlie? What's her name?
Charlie, Charles. Another
Bonsoir,
great friend of
Charlie.
AJ's from his Paris days. That was going in. And AJ for gallery. Cuts in the corner. Gets the chase. Anyway,
2 chases, 2 yards. First the door, and then 2 yards.
yeah, Colbert tried to trick us by saying which real tennis club or court, rather than saying which court tennis court. So well done getting that.
If it were one of the UK courts, I probably wouldn't have gotten it.
15 love. Receiver. Chase the door. Ball.
Funny enough, the two you've played both have scoreboards in their grill.
Lots of movement in this like.
Because Middlesex is the first court that Peter Lock-Hilly built in 99. Well, 99-2000. It's known as Millennium Court. And originally the Burrows, where Mike Gooding and Steve Ragona started as professionals there.
Got some scrambling around in this point. Adrian taking it ultimately.
You know. Chase 2.
Chase.
Good chase coming up. Yep.
Chase 2.
You can leave that one.
Chase.
Overhit by Leon.
30-15. Server.
If I'm Leon with a 4-1 lead, I want to win this game and try to close it out. Get back over to the server side. Dug that one out of the back. AJ just too commanding,
15.
hitting the tambour in that point.
I think if you note the player that's able to mix up the pace the most during a point is probably going to come out on top now that they're both warmed up.
4.
Once it gets into a one-gear hitting match, it's easier for the player to just put it away with a volley or hitting the grill dead on.
Case 3. 15 love. Love. Love.
2 chases.
1 chase.
Yeah, lovely
Oh,
serve by AJ.
That was a stroke. 1 chase.
Oh, sorry. That was a really good serve from AJ. Produced the kind of return he wanted back, and then he missed the grill. And Leon was able to capitalize.
$40 love, 3 yards is the chase.
Love.
What do you think Leon
Serve
should
lead.
serve here?
Chase 3.
He's probably going to go this railroad. Especially on a 3-yard chase. Let that one go.
Lost it. Okay.
Yeah, most,
Serve lead by 5
I wouldn't say
games
most
to 2.
pros necessarily,
Well
but
left.
most 20 and better handicappers, if they've got a chase better than 3, they're going to go with a railroad. Shot from AJ.
Into the data.
Chose to hit
Enough.
that into the dead on to win the point. He could have left it for a hazard chase. I think he needs some points. 5-2. But he'll be thinking gallery chase here or some kind of chase.
Dirty love. $15, $30.
Retrieved. And an unlucky bounce off the penthouse.
Chase better than half a yard. 30-15 receiver.
Better than half.
It's a good boast from AJ. That was a very good serve from Leon.
40-15.
He was hoping that wasn't going to come back quite as good as it did.
Adrian
So-
certainly holding on here.
Yeah, I think this set has been a lot closer than the scoreline. So Tiger's written in with another trivia question. This might take a little bit of pen and paper.
The server lead.
What U.S. club
40-15,
has home to the
chase
most
better
U.S.
than half a
world
yard.
champions? Not who they represented for the championship.
Okay. 3,
What U.S.
game,
club
5.
has the most world champions?
Up.
And Tiger says that's a simple question, but of course I have to ask if he's referring just to court tennis or is he including rackets in this one? AJ being aggressive, he's got the serve.
Is that trivia question for me or for both of
Well,
us?
it's written on the chat, so we'll give everyone a chance first.
30-15.
2 points away from the match here. And left it for a chase.
40-15.
No.
Oh,
Touched.
nicked it.
Touche.
Nicked it. This could be match ball here.
Game.
And he went for
Set.
it, touched it, stroked, game in the match.
Match for Leon
6,
Smart.
4. Thank you, boys.
Wow, John, that was fun.
That was excellent, Freddie. With that, Tuxedo will take the lead 2-0 in this match. Up next we have doubles, and we will be taking a short break, and we will see you all on the next live stream.
Ryan, should we try and answer the trivia question before we go? We don't have any responses, though.
Is the answer Aiken? Camden playing out of Aiken. If we were to include rackets world champions, I believe that would then fall to the R&T with Neil Smith and James Stout.
And Jonathan Larkin,
And also a world champion?
doubles world champion.
Doubles world champion.
And Tuxedo, we've got Tim, doubles world champion.
Then Chicago would also be a doubles world champion.
With Steve, yep.
So I guess the answer to the question depends on the definition of world champion. Is it singles, doubles, rackets? Rackets, doubles?
In the UK, we'd have to start with Rob and Claire at the Oratory. And rackets is slightly unfair to Queens because there's so many. Queens is really the center for rackets.
The current rackets world champion is... I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, is now Billings, Tom Billings.
Tom Billings.
Right, Ryan wants us to roll on with it. We're going to say
So-
goodbye for now, and we'll see you soon.
Adios all.